So it's really early. So morning guys, welcome back to Active with Amy. You'll probably hear my son in the background throughout this video a little bit. But I just wanted to come on here. It's the middle of the half-term holiday and I'm doing okay, I think. It's a lot not having the school routine because the children know that they're off. It's one of those things where they test what time they get up, what time they go to bed, what time they have their breakfast, dinner and tea. Everything just seems to like go upside down when they're not at school, even though they're not leaving the house and they're not going to school. My son does go to school for certain reasons, and that tiny piece of routine there makes the world of difference to my life. I don't know about anybody else, but I find it very hard to get up every day and not have a plan of action. Lists are always good, and I feel that in these times where you're not allowed to go out anywhere, you know, one person's allowed to go shopping in the supermarket. You're not allowed to travel that far for going for a walk or going to a different area, you know, just genuinely feeling like you're out of the situation and area that you're in. It instantly makes you feel better. You know, when you get in the car or you just get on the bus or you get in a taxi or you get on your bike or on your feet, or have a jog, have a run. It makes you feel like you're getting away from the situation. And it makes you feel 1,000 times better as soon as you start to do it, as soon as you start to drive away, as soon as you start to walk away, or basically have some way of getting away. Like, it's just, the weight just starts to lift off your shoulders. I feel like it can be the most simplest thing for me as well, where I feel like I don't even have to go that far. There's certain things that I can do at home also that will take me into that really relaxed place. These times here where you're stuck at home, in the house, with your family, I feel very grateful for that because I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't have that. But for the people that do have that, which is a large majority of people, especially people with newborn babies as well, it must be a really hard job being forced not to have a support system around you, like what I did with both of mine. And then you've got one in school that's also being educated, and you might have one that's younger than that, you know, like 3 within, you know, the past 5 years or something, which is lovely for age group of children because they get to play together. Mine were age 4 and then had another one, so mine was in school when I had my second child. But these are quite daunting times where you'll find yourself sitting there thinking, what am I doing? Like, you've got up, you've done breakfast, you've wiped the sides down, you know, you've dressed the kids. About school time then. I don't know how some people do it. It's absolutely amazing. Everybody that's doing it currently, you're doing an amazing job. And when you feel like you're not, honestly, you have to remind yourself of everything that you've just done that day. Like, down to cleaning the skirting board. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. You know, it's so simple in life that people think that all the big things are the things that everybody celebrates. But, you know, for a parent, for a mum, it's more than that. It's every single day, and you don't get to not get up. You don't get to not stay in bed all day and, you know, I don't know, just have a day of indulging in whatever it is that makes you feel the one. Do you know what I mean? Whether it be having a drink, or whether it be smoking, or whether it be dancing, or whether it be eating, or whether it be doing a craft that you absolutely love, or whatever it is that you want to be indulging in whatever way to make you feel better. I feel like I get the craving to go out so much more when I've been repetitively doing the same thing, and that's been all the way since Christmas, and it's been absolutely crazy. The kids haven't done any hobbies, they've not seen their friends, they've not socialised with people on the playground. It's a living nightmare. My daughter is in year 7 at school, and she's not even been to a science class yet, in a proper science room, or, you know, picked up a musical instrument, all of these things that they're meant to be doing. And my son also, no football, no boxing, no MMA, no any kind of, you know, activity he wants to get involved in. Everything's shut down. And it's heartbreaking, because when they're acting up for you and they're acting out, if I feel like I'm bored, sometimes I don't even know how they must feel. It's absolutely crazy, you know, for them to sit there all day and get up, have breakfast, do their homework, and then even after they've done the homework, what is it for them to do? You can sit down and play a couple of games, do a bit of Lego. You know, my daughter likes knitting, do all of these things, but then still, at the end of it, you're in the same place, and I have to get out. Come rain or shine, get a brolly, get your boots on, go for a walk. That is my advice to everybody, absolutely everybody that watches this. That is my advice. Go for a walk, stretch your legs, inhale some fresh air, you know, take a drink with you, whether it be a hot chocolate or whether it be a water, coffee, anything. You know, like, enjoy, sit down, just relax for a minute outside in a different scenery. Doesn't matter how confined the scenery, just go and be outside for a moment. It's not normal for us to sit indoors for such long periods of time. I don't think that that's ever been something that I've ever done. From the moment we're born, are we or are we not carried around by our parents outdoors? With my daughter, I was in town 3 days after having her. With my son, I didn't actually really leave the house for nearly, I think it was like 8 weeks, but it was freezing. It was 28th of December, absolutely freezing. And the weather was just not letting up. There was no nice leisurely stroll in that weather, and I just wasn't willing to take him out in that night. I just wasn't. But I had a new baby, and Alexis was at school. So in the morning, I would do the school run, and it was an absolute mission. That's what it felt like every single morning. And you know, when you've been like doing the night feed as well, and then you've got to also get up and do the school run, it's like sleep deprivation on a whole nother level. Like, but I have other friends that are in those situations, and yeah, when you've got newborns and you're dealing with cold weather and school runs, it is not nice whatsoever. But these kids are doing a really good job, to be honest. My children, I feel, are doing really good at just getting into this weird routine of not being social. Going out and having a walk is something that breaks up our day. And the worst thing is about it is that I have arguments with them. Oh, do we have to? Oh, I don't really want to. Oh, do you know what I mean? And I just look at them and I just think, you know, I could just sit here. I could just leave you both downstairs, go upstairs and just do what it is that I'm doing and not pay any interest. And you know, there's some parents that either are so busy or their job is requiring them to be essential, and they don't have the time to do what we're doing with our kids. And to be honest, it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because I've noticed things about my child that I didn't actually notice. Because when you go to work and you come home after a long day, you sit down, you have your tea, you ask your kids, have they had a good day at school? Is everything okay? Yeah. I wasn't seeing certain traits, that they do. It was like I was picking up on a whole new venture on what age group my daughter was in. I was so happy to have the time to actually catch up with her and find out what it was that she was excited about. We've had time to catch up with each other. When they're turning into teenagers, my most important thing with my daughter at the moment is keeping that connection, making sure that we have a pact of just honesty and trust and confidentiality, to know that she can come and tell me anything at any time, we'll sort it out, and then I'll probably, tell you about what it is that you've done and where you went wrong, sort of thing, but never to be scared to sort of come and tell me about anything. And that was really nice to get that understanding and confidence between each other, because moving into senior school, it is always a head-on situation that you just think to yourself, like, wow, this is going to be a big change. But in all honesty, she has got like a lifelong bestie. I'm sorry, my hair's doing my head in. A lifelong bestie. And it's been a nice transition for them both, basically. There's been no problems, which has been amazing, to be honest, as a parent. So yesterday, just going off a subject, I was cooking on the hob and I didn't put my hair back, and I've singed this side of my hair. And it's just like feels like two totally different lengths. I feel like I've singed all of this bit. Look how short that is compared to that. Annoying. I have to remember to put it back. It's growing really long at the minute. I swear it's that shampoo and conditioner. But no, I feel that as parents though, take pride in that. Like, actually sit back, and even though you're not going to work, even though you're not seeing your friends, even though you're not meeting up with other baby clubs or after school clubs or whatever it is that we're missing out on, take pride in what you're achieving with your child, because it is the biggest job in the world. It never ever stops. And the fact, I feel like all money, all resources to one side, I feel very blessed that I've been given the time to be able to spend with my children over this period. Life goes by so quickly. Sometimes just stop for a minute. Just stop. Just stop. And just shut up. And just have a look around you. Have a listen to what's going on around you. And in all of that madness of the house being absolutely crazy, just know that you created that for a reason. To not be on your own, to not ever feel like you're not with somebody. From the minute you get pregnant, you are not alone, and it doesn't end as a woman. No matter how hard it gets, just look at your child and look at what they've progressed into, and take pride in that. It's a big job, and it's one that should be, held highly. We should have, like, in each county, like Mothers of the Years or something, because they do it for babies. Do you know what I mean? Like, which mother, stayed up the most with their child this year. Like, say if we all had to, like, note in. Because it would be absolutely amazing how many wash loads, or how many school runs, or how many trips to the doctors, or how many wet mattresses. How many times did they wet the bed? How many times did they leave the nappy? How many times? Because it's such a full-on job. All of the time, from the minute you wake up, from the minute you go to sleep, and from the minute whenever they're ready to have a toothache, a stomachache, whatever it is in the middle of the night, you have to accommodate that. Nobody tells you these things when you're having a baby. It's just amazing that you're pregnant and you're so blessed, and then comes the real life challenge with it all. And I can honestly say at the age of 22, I was not necessarily aware, but I was very equipped because I had to trust in myself. And that was a lot for me, you know, like having to, because I remember walking downstairs and thinking, hang on a minute, how do I make these bowls again? How do I, you know, like, how do I make those bowls? And, you know, like, I genuinely had to read the side of the milk carton. Well, she was on Cowgate, Alexis was, Marla was on SMA. But yeah, for some reason, it just wouldn't click. I don't know whether I was too tired or not, but her first set of bottles were a little bit of a mission. Like, I remember ringing people and saying, what do I do? Do I put in the water and then the milk as well? Or do I, you know, do I put all the water in and put it in the fridge and then take one out at a time and do it like that and add the milk as I go? And that's what I used to end up doing. But yeah, everything was sort of like a learning curve, but I had to trust in myself, you know, to ask, speak to people. I don't remember ever being embarrassed of asking or not knowing. Not knowing is fine. Thinking you know and getting it wrong isn't. Do you know what I mean? Ask the question. Always ask the question. Ask for help. Like, if you're feeling too overwhelmed with anything, pick up the phone, speak to somebody. Like, even in these weird situations, that was a weird situation for me. Having my first and my second child, they were all new experiences. My hands are driving me crazy. This dermatitis is not giving up at the minute. It's driving me nuts. I can't deal with it. But this week is what I would say a really hard week. You know, the children are off. And for all of those people that have had their children off since like the second week of December, oh boy, it is a really hard job. It's not meant to be easy, I don't think, at all. But just know that you are doing an amazing job. Go out for a walk, have a break tea day. You know, take pride in your children and know that what you're doing this is what we're meant to be doing at the minute, is taking care of our children, making sure that they eat, making sure that they're clean, making sure that they're doing their homework and having the battle with them if you have to. And if that's the only thing that you do get done with your day, then you know you're doing the right job. Sit back and be happy with that. Don't put yourself under pressure. Don't make yourself feel like the house needs to be in absolute immaculate condition every single day, because I know for sure this carpet will get hoovered every other day. And honestly, it's like I've got two toddlers and they are 7 and 11. And it's just crazy. We just get, oh, is that what you do, yeah?
Yeah, that's why I am 7 and that's why our sister is 11.
Yeah, so you still make the same amount of mess as what you did.
Yeah. Of course we do. Yeah.
Oh, he's just playing Minecraft. He's been up from really early. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and just let all mums know, and you know what, all dads know, all parents know that whether you're doing it alone, whether you're doing it together, however it is that you're doing it, have a walk, have some exercise, stand back and have a good look at your children and be very proud of what it is that you're doing, because that is the job that you're meant to be doing. And yeah, be happy, smile, do be happy. I know it's really hard at the moment, guys. I know that it's getting quite a few people in a really sticky place, but you are doing an amazing job and you're not alone. I do feel the same sometimes. It does get hard. So if anybody at all needs a little chat, just drop me a message. You feel more than welcome to just comment and start a conversation on there with other mums too. But no, thanks for tuning in. I just thought I'd catch up with you guys on that little subject there. So yeah, mwah. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share. Take care. Bye, guys.